Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Sunday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, almost 9:01, 6:01 California, 4:01 in Ukraine, 2 days away from day 300. Thank you for being here. This is our Sunday night update as well. We try to take a peek at the week ahead and see what's coming. Specifically, we'll be talking about tomorrow for those of us that have not flipped over. Those of you in Ukraine are watching even further ahead, places like Australia, it's already the 19th. But for us here, we're not there yet. So for us, tomorrow and the week ahead. As always, we appreciate your time, your giving, your faithfulness, and also big thanks to our moderators. We do have Zhenya here tonight. He's getting healthier day by day, I hope. And let's welcome him in here. Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Good evening from Ukraine.
Nice to see you, as always.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you too.
How about another day, another fire?
Пизда, Ваня, завод въебал нахуй. Хули сказали эвакуация нахуй. И мы хули пошли ебать.
There you have another big fire. Vladivostok, massive oil and gas refinery.
Okay. Something wrong with it. They're smoking.
Somebody was smoking.
Maybe there is there were probably good people going. Going through that city that day.
Probably.
Yeah, wishing the good thing to Ukraine.
Another day, another fire. Let's jump on some things tonight. First, foot day by day. You doing what you're supposed to?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, every day. Sitting the whole day. Being somehow active, but keeping my leg in rest. Let's say.
Good.
No pressure, no tension, nothing. It's
good.
Getting better and better.
Perfect. Let's do it tonight then. Sunday night. We'll try to be concise for people. Ukraine released the information today that all three of the Ukrainian-controlled nuclear power plants, which would be the southern, up out of Mykolaiv, the Khmelnytsky, and the Rivne, are all at full operational capacity again after the last strikes a few days ago. Zaporozhye nuclear power plant is not, of course, but that is not under Ukrainian control. That's under Russian control and Rosatom. But Ukrainian nuclear power plants that are under their control, back full power. And I think, what's the new number today we've got restored in power for people?
9 million. 9 million people. Our guys restored electricity during 2 days to 9 million people.
It's unbelievable. It's fantastic. So that's good news. Those plants are back online. Now, I want to show you this image. I'll go full screen on this. This is actually Flight Tracker RSD-8 or RSD-008. This plane right here with registration RA64528 is one of Putin's planes. And that plane on the way to Belarus, may have already landed by now. Supposedly, tomorrow, we've got a big meeting between Vladimir Putin and Lukashenko. And yes, we kind of manipulated that photo a little bit there. Lukashenko is going to be playing his little hand organ, and Putin's going to have his hand over his face with the pink flowers in the middle. But the bottom line is all information, all inside Ukraine information says that this meeting will be Putin's final direct pressure saying, you're with us, period. We're going to consolidate. Yeah. That's what is supposed to happen according to all the intelligence sources. Not just, we'll see.
Yeah, being consolidation, not just in the war, for sure in the war. And I think that Putin will demand from Lukashenko for Belarusian army would start attack at least somewhere on the north, at least somewhere, at least some area, but to distract it, to pull out some attention and Ukrainian forces there. But I don't think it will happen now or like the next couple of weeks for sure. And the second consolidation is Putin still keeps his plan according to restoration of Union, Soviet Union, but like let's say, I don't know which union now, but the second consolidation he is working over. Otherwise, all his ideas about how Soviet Union was without being, unifying some of that territories, it's zero. So he'll try.
We know that today an additional reinforcement came into the north of Ukraine. Of course, probably, hopefully, symbolic or playing the chess game. Putin's on the way at the plane. They pulled in. It was 50 more troop carriers and 50 more of this. Everything was in the numbers of 50 that was being delivered for reinforcements. I will tell you, I was just talking a couple of minutes ago to a friend of ours who works up close on the northern area somewhere. And we were chatting. He said, "Hi, Greg, my unit needs the help of specialists who can repair M113s, M113 armored vehicles. Your country, U.S., supplies these cars to us, but has not taught us how to maintain them, what lubricants to use, and so on. It's ice cold, and we're breaking down. If there are people who want to help, we will accept them as volunteers through your organization, through Zhenya, and through you, through relationship. We have winter. It is extremely cold, and if anyone comes here, they must be prepared." So that's straight from our friends on the north, and that would be under the Belarus area somewhere. We see Putin coming in. The pressure is going to happen tomorrow, December 19th. Already there for you. Going to be a big day. And then, I get a message from our friends up there saying, we need some help. We need some help. So, anybody know any M113 specialists who want to give 2, 3, 4 weeks of volunteer service that are able, healthy, can get there, have the finances to do it, and can handle it?
Yeah.
Sasha, my friend, wherever you're at up north, I just put the request out there. So we'll see. Let's move on. Moscow madness. I want to show 3 or 4 clips out of Moscow that have happened last 24 to 36 hours. I want to play the clip and then get your response to it. We'll play a clip, get your response to it. So we're going to start here with the Moscow madness. I'm going to go to a program that would be much like The Voice in Ukraine, The Voice in America. It's pretty high-end show. They've got this huge star on there, and they're doing their talking, and it's translated. I'll play it. We'll get Zhenya's opinion on it.
Главное качество русского человека. Вы знаете, у Тараса Бульбы есть такой монолог про товарищество. И он говорит, вот я точно не скажу, вот во многих землях вы бывали, видели, и там люди вроде с Богом живут, но таких товарищей, как здесь на Руси, нету. И так умирать, как наши умирают. Ведь не страшно, что умрешь, а вот страшно как и за что. Вот так, как наши умеют любить, дружить и умирать, это, конечно, да еще в таком количестве, как это не печально и не страшно. Да и такого количества святых нет ни в одной стране мира. Вот, наверное, в этом наша сила, в том числе отличие от всего мира.
Я сейчас, когда общаюсь с военнослужащими, которые участвуют в специальной военной операции, всегда задаю каждому один и тот же вопрос. Вот ради чего стоит жить и за что не страшно умереть? И все говорят, что не страшно умереть за свою родину, за своих людей, за свой народ, за свою семью. И это, наверное, наше главное качество. Всегда помогаем.
So, you watching that, you listen, translations for you. Of course, you're reading in English and listening in Russian, so you get it both ways.
Any comments on how do they, let's say, emphasizing the strong part of Russia in their comradeship or fellowship, that the way they dying and the quantity they dying together, it's a strong part of Russia. I cannot comment it. I don't know. This is, I would say, I agree. This is reality.
It is reality.
He shares. The thousands, they're dying.
It's confirmation of what the world doesn't know officially. Of course, we're not there. I'm not there counting, but the reports, and it's hard to know what to believe, but up to 70, 80, 90, 100,000 Russian soldiers have already lost their lives in this war in Ukraine. And Vladimir Putin, whether you know this or not, over the last 24 hours came out and said, I'm willing to sacrifice 300,000 soldiers. That's how important this war in Ukraine is for me. And you've already talked about the battles in Bakhmut. Send a wave in, they're defeated, send another wave, send another wave, send another wave, send another wave. And really, that's what these people are talking about. And that leads me right to this video. Everyone thinks mobilization is done. Mobilization never stopped.
Комиссар Московской области, что весной будет переходный период. Граждане, призванные весной, будут служить 1,5 года, а призванные осенью 2023 года будут служить уже 2 года, уйдут на эту службу. Это, я считаю, вполне логично. Решение такое в связи с тем, что наши северные соседи вступают в НАТО, и, соответственно, необходимо будет формировать новые соединения, воинские части, комплектовать их не только военнослужащими по контракту, но и военнослужащими по призыву.
So, there you have that one. A, we're drafting conscription. B, NATO's getting stronger in the north, Finland and all these other nations that are joining. So we're forced to do this mobilization. And we'll put experienced people, contract people in, and then we'll load them up. The reality is they're drafting people.
Yeah, and he said they make this period longer.
Correct.
He said those who goes to the being mobilized in the spring will be in the army 1.5 years, and the next from the autumn will be 2 years, which was the period of already Soviet army had 3 years and 2 years. And yes, and they pointing to their northern neighbors, which is Finnish, French,
Swedish.
So in Swedish, yes, they made it.
Yes,
They
their
made
fault.
them.
It's their fault.
Yeah, Russia made them because nobody wants to repeat Ukrainian story of trust to Russia. It was story of trust to Russia. Now it will becoming a new story for all the neighbors, I hope. No trust to Russia story. Zero trust.
I think about it this way, just on a couple of the pieces I've shown tonight. The program talking about the sacrifice, dying in mass. There's nothing better than to give your life for your country. Then we have the video where they talk about the mobilization will continue. And as you said, the fall wave will be for 2 years. We have Putin talking about we're ready to sacrifice more soldiers. Putin's on the way to see Lukashenko. This war, they're trying to protract. They're trying to make it longer, to extend it, to wear down. I was talking with a guy today. He was asking me, he goes, what do you think about China? I mean, we were talking about Ukraine and Russia, and he goes, what do you think about China? I said, this was at church today. I said, I'll tell you what I think about China. I think China right now is in the catbird seat, and that may be sling for you. You don't know, but in a golden position, because what they're witnessing is Russia deplete its resources, Ukraine deplete its resources, and Ukraine partially be funded by the West. And China sits here going, spend them all, boys. spend it all. It's moving them to more of a place of prominence. So we'll see, but that's a different topic for a different day.
One more thought.
Yeah.
For people who like to check the facts, then check the logic of all of this Russia's announcements and news. Officially, as I know, on today, they officially lost in military, in the army on Ukraine because of that special operation, military special operation. They lost about 12 or up to 15,000, and this is by their version. And this is why they already did a mobilization up to 300,000 minimum, and now they need 200,000 or 300,000 more. It's just the numbers they open, which is in reality, I think, much more.
Mm-hmm.
And so where is the logic? Because of the loss of 12,000 or 15,000 of militaries, they need 600,000 of new soldiers because the Finnish border.
Well, they're struggling with the math. That's the problem. They're struggling with the math. So we've lost 12. We need 300 more, and it's really the fault of Finland and Sweden. So we're just going to extend mobilization. Yeah. The world, we're trying to share with the world. They're telling it themselves. We're just sharing it. They're telling it. They're telling it on their programs. We're dying in mass. Putin said, I need 200,000 more soldiers. It's obvious. Just look. I mean, we could show you the videos, but we wouldn't be on YouTube, but about 30 more seconds of a lot of death and destruction on the invader side. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Today, Bakhmut. Lines of soldiers from the invaders laying there.
We cannot post it in here, but I think the person can find it. I think there is the sources.
Well, I can share it on Patreon, and I try to share a little bit there, but I don't want to gross people out. I mean, it's reality. We're trying to tell you. If you want to see it, I'll show it to you. Just can't do it here. So that pushes us to this. Here we go.
Государство Украина. Это радикальная политическая, кстати, военно-политическая позиция. А у нас многие говорят, да нет, вот тут это, а как же так, может, в 21 веке исчезнуть? А как исчезло государство ГДР? Было и всплыло. А как государство Югославии исчезло? Было и всплыло. Совсем недавно. Я ж не об Австро-Венгерской империи говорю. А вот так вот. А как государство СССР исчезло? Исчезло, и все. Мир перевернулся, да, много проблем, но мир не исчез от этого, и дальше будет. Поэтому о ненависти забудем, мы здесь политические проблемы обсуждаем. Государство это нужно ликвидировать.
I think this man will be quoted many times when the Russia will be destroying from inside. Mm-hmm. This man will be quoted like, okay, we have to remember on Russian TV, there were a man who was telling nothing big happens. The world is continued its living. If Russia will disappear, the world will continue living and doing so. Yeah, I mean, he don't understand that the message he sends, it's about Russia. Nothing will happen big. Soviet Union was much bigger, so I think the Europe and the West countries the world needs to calculate it in front and just accept it as a fact. Nothing had a big. The Soviet Union was much more powerful, had much more nuclear weapon. Let's say comparing with accordance how much nuclear weapon had United States, other countries. And the big USSR. So, big USSR destroyed, nothing big happened. So, the Russia, which is smaller, but much more open and supporting the fascism, surely should be disappeared. Because the idea of eliminating the nations and calling it the nation calling. They not quoting about the south lands or west lands or best fertilized lands, whatever. They calling Ukrainians and Ukrainians and Ukraine.
So I can't even respond to you. You're basically declaring that this gentleman is absolutely correct. He's a prophet.
Yeah.
He's telling the future. He's just confused on the location. It's not going to be Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's going to be Russia.
Ukraine is building relationship, giving out the nuclear weapon. Once come inviting all the investors, Russia is threatening the world with nuclear weapon, trying to grab all the nations. All their lands. Okay, guess which country should be? Just disappear and stop.
That's very good insight, bud. Very good. Very good insight. Well, let's go to this insight. Last video clip out of Moscow Madness today, and that is Shoigu, the defense guru, jumped on a plane, supposedly headed down to the east and the south to do some inspections. And just so you know, folks, hopping on a plane from Moscow down to Donetsk is close. It's just a very short flight. That's why it seems these guys can come and go like they do, or Putin was down the Kerch, and then he was in Moscow doing a speech. Yeah, it's not far. Very close on an airplane. So Shoigu, they put this video out today from Russia saying that he was inspecting the troops, but I'm not so sure. Now, all of that looks good. He's on the helicopter. Let's look out that all looks good. Now, I'm not sure about that. Zhenya, you seen any green grass down in the south lately or the east? Just a question.
I've seen, but not in this season. I just been there.
Yeah.
I can show you the picture from that, which was 2 weeks ago. I didn't see that kind of...
Maybe, but although, we're seeing the dragon's teeth there and all that for their trenches. So it could be, but it's kind of interesting. That's correct. Looks a lot different than the green. That all looks right. That looks right. We don't see Shoigu there specifically in that group. The bottom line is he could have been there or not have been there, but really nothing shows that he was there. But all the word is out that Shoigu was touring the troops today. So you got potentially Shoigu touring the troops, and you've got Putin heading to Belarus. Yeah, a lot of interesting things here.
Sorry, give me 10 seconds.
No problem.
I will. Okay.
I'm going to give him 10 seconds. We're on 10, 9.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I pulled you off camera. I won't let people watch
it's
you
okay.
hobble.
Yeah, it's okay.
You tell me when you're ready.
Now, it's my time. Sorry, it's my time to get to helicopter.
Okay. All right, we've got a piece of... you're full screen, so whatever you're doing there, it's just Sunday night special, folks.
Sorry, I couldn't handle it.
Listen, were you just touring the troops?
No, you gave me idea. I
know
have
it.
something,
There was no difference.
Yeah, but you will not believe. I found a video file which says, it says the white helicopter noise for sleeping baby.
It worked perfectly. put your helmet on and look at the camera close, and you're inspecting the troops.
Yeah, sorry.
That could have been what Shoigu was doing. Who knows?
Sorry for that. But
no, it was good. We like to have a little breakup on the Sunday evening updates and look aheads. So let's go back to this then. In Moscow, Z, the V and the O, that says for victory, and then under the Z, and then under the V, it says strength and truth, or strength through truth, and then the O says bravery. So they've got it going with the symbols, and it's everywhere. And here's another one that's interesting. I'll show you with some Moscow Madness on Sunday night. There's a big display for, maybe you can't read it, top yellow arrow says Petr Veliki 350 lit. Celebration of Peter the Great for the 350 years from Peter the Great. Of course, the Z right to the left of it with the soldier there, right in front of it, the big Z. And remember, Putin multiple times has referred to his greatness being greater than Peter the Great, because Peter the Great couldn't get the Sea of Azov, but I got it. So this is what you see. This is the madness that we continue to try and share. Now, let's go to Bakhmut, Zhenya. It's still very, very, very tough in Bakhmut. It's just, would you say this is the hottest battle in the war right now?
Yeah, Bakhmut is tough. Marinka as well, a big situation there. Avdiivka, but Bakhmut. They sending there. Yeah, it's like really tough there.
Yeah. And this is not only artillery, but this is urban warfare. This is snipers. This is everything in Bakhmut. Full bore war for that city. Do have a little video out. Soldiers waking up this morning in some region near Bakhmut. I mean, this is from Bakhmut, but on the outside, soldiers waking up, getting their morning coffee. Interesting thing about this, I sent this off to get translated, and Vladimir Zelensky, no joke, Zolik sent it back to me and goes, Greg, you understood them say, let's get warm or something. He goes, that's all I could understand. The rest of it was gibberish to me. So I played it for Zhenya multiple times, and you think these guys are actually from the Carpathian Mountains? They're Ukrainian.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I think it's just an exit. This is my thoughts. I even think I know the brigade, but I cannot put it here.
Right. So here's some Ukrainian soldiers, most likely from somewhere in the west, serving in the east, because they're in the west, in the Transcarpathian, they could even have, like dialects because it's so close to other nations. So these guys are here serving their country. Look at them waking up.
Що происходить, коли в підарували сітнього офіцера? Погода так собі. Опади короткочасні.
Cold.
I understood 50% of he was talking now.
50%.
This time. 50-60%.
What did he say?
About the weather.
Yeah.
About the weather, about the enemies, and about the weather is okay. It's also.
They're still trying to smile and have their morning coffee, and they literally are on the doorsteps of hell in Bakhmut in those battles. So just much cheer to those Ukrainian soldiers. Now, have a little video out of a drone from Bakhmut today, an overview, because we talk about it a lot. Tonight, you're going to get to see an overview of Bakhmut. At the tag into this video, have a young lady there out on the edge of Bakhmut filming the cemetery.
Це виглядає кладовище на виїзді міста Бахмут. Вже вириті свіжі могили. І це все, наскільки я розумію, цивільні, які поховані зовсім недавно.
So there you have an overview of Bakhmut. 1,000,000% it's Bakhmut. I could geotag and take you right down on that river and those buildings. 100% that's Bakhmut under the battle. And then the young lady on the outside of Bakhmut talking about the graves. So just think about them. You know, right now it's cold. Morning is coming. The battle's happening right now. Tough, man.
Yeah, right in this moment, right in this minute,
Right now.
our guys fighting on our land, for our people, and we will be supporting them.
For those of you that are wondering, as we start this new week on day 298, Patriot missiles, Patriot systems are not in Ukraine yet. However, the Patriots are a personal responsibility of one man, President Volodymyr Zelensky. He said that today. He said the process of transferring Patriot systems to Ukraine is underway. I am personally involved in this, Zelensky. And then he went on to quote, Joe Biden, get ready. In principle, it is very necessary for us. It's important to me. It's my personal relationship with President Biden. We will see if he is a patriot of Ukraine. Of course, using the play on words, not only of the Patriot system, but of the definition of patriot. So that's about as polite a call out that you can do being one president to another. That is putting the onus, the heat on to President Biden. Zelensky said, I'm taking care of it for my nation. And I'm talking straight to Biden. We'll see if he's a patriot or not. So as we go forward this week, we shall see. Hopefully, we get more information that they're coming. A couple of last things we're going to share tonight, and that is this. I've been in that building, oh my goodness, 100 times. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, quite well.
That's
Central Railway Station in Kyiv.
That is the Central Railway Station in Kyiv. You can see the Ukrainian flag, but what I really want to draw your attention to tonight to show you the commitment of Ukrainian people, that is that Christmas tree in the middle of that entry hall. And right there is an entry hall. If you go out those doors right there, right to the left, there's a McDonald's. You come through those doors, you go up the escalators, and you go to the train platforms. Beautiful edifice, absolutely gorgeous. And they always have a huge Christmas tree in the main hall every Christmas season. But of course, this year, power. First of all, they're not going to use that power to light a Christmas tree inside the train station when they're trying to keep the train station going. But Ukraine is going to find a way, and this is how they're going to do it. There's the tree. They are going, that's an alternator connected to a bicycle. They're going to charge batteries with a bicycle, and they are going to have their Christmas tree lit. Hoorah.
It's a principle. We have power enough for that, but it's a principle for people would be a part of that, showing that they're supportive, showing that it's even for fun, but they will be doing it. Adults and kids will be doing that. So I'm thinking, yes, this is it's a northern entrance of the central station, northern hall. And yeah, we will have it. We will have fun. We will have what fun? We will have fun remembering everything, but we will try to do the best for our kids. Would not see the adults broken. would not see the signs of depression in the street, or because yes, we understand that every day our guys are dying because of the Russian terrorists, because of the ambitions, and because of the fear of some other nations who could help us to stop it in a one day. But we're fighting, and we're thankful for any help.
Let me show this right here. It's gonna be the next little piece here. You see this little blue and yellow icon right there?
Yeah.
So that's the app. I know you know it. I have it on my iPad, on my phone. This is the app that Ukrainians run, and I run it when I'm there. And this, let's go here. This tells me right now that there's no air alarms in Kyiv this very second. But this is how it goes off, and all your devices will go off, they'll ring, and then, you know, I'm looking at the map real time right now, right this second. This is where the air alarms are throughout Ukraine. This second. In the south, in the center. What's that? Vinnytsia Oblast, right beside Khmelnytsky. So that's what we see right here. Well, today it came out that this app, it's called Trivoga.
Da.
Okay.
This air sirens is for Shahed. It's a drone attack.
For a drone attack. The ones I just showed?
Yeah. This one is Iranian drones. Yes, right now.
Drones are in the air.
Yeah.
I knew I had seen where they just flew by Mykolaiv. Kim said it. They were flying over Mykolaiv. So that's what's happening right now, folks. But
3 was shut down already. Yeah, this moment.
How about breaking up to the minute news? Love it.
Yeah.
Well, just like the Christmas tree, and Zhenya said it's principle, the same thing happens even about this app per se. Because today Ukraine announced an update to the app, and when I just turned mine on, it said to update, so I need to update it. But they have a new partner. Mark Hamill. Luke Skywalker is now doing the voiceover for the air alerts. So the way this works, you're sleeping, you're home, you're in your car, wherever you may be, all of a sudden, all your electronic devices, in addition to the manual air alarms throughout the country, start ringing. And it's very loud, very strong. You know, the sound that we've played 1,000 times for you. Then, when the air alarm is over, a voice comes on and says, all clear, everything's good, relax. Okay, basically, I'm translating it. But Mark Hamill partnered with United 24, Ukraine, and the app. He's now the voiceover. I've got it right here. This is so good, I may have to play it twice, especially for you Star Wars fans out there.
Attention, the air alert is over. May the force be with you.
Oh, we got to do it one more time.
Attention, the air alert is over. May the force be with you.
That's pretty good, man. People care. People care.
Yep.
Bud, we got Luke Skywalker on our side.
Yeah.
That'll work. All right, last thing tonight. About 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, President Zelensky dropped a batch of photos, and he told whoever shares information, news agencies, streamers, whatever it may be, please show these pictures. These are my pictures. So today, he dropped a new batch, and he said again, please share these particular photos. So for the last couple of minutes for the update tonight, I'm going to share the photos just like he asked. Not much commentary is going to be needed. I will go full screen on these so that you can see them. Let's do that right here. Here's the first one. That's not just houses and a swing set. That's lives destroyed.
This is a real weather in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Not the green grass.
Exactly what I was thinking. Not the green grass. Young lady, probably in a bomb shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Checking her phone, her dog, her little supplies. Our heroes on the front. Jacob, look on the backpacks right there. This is what we give a lot of. See the bed mats?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
These are things that we're supplying. Now, we didn't supply those. Maybe. Who knows?
We did, but not much. We did.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is not those particular ones, but this is what we partner in. In fact, in our shipment coming to Ukraine, we got quite a few bed mats like that. It's a nice silhouette of a soldier. You can see the sky, the trees. Zelensky said, share this one. Not soldiers, but heroes. Restoring the power.
Yeah, it's enemy of Putin. They
right
hate
there.
what Putin
You're
does.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. This one's powerful. A little granny in her flat, windows covered with plastic, and she has a candle.
I think on the way, when I will be picking you up, we will buy candles.
Oh, we're going to have some serious candles. You see the plastic right there? This is what we just sent down to the south for people to cover their windows.
Yeah.
Good example right there. One last picture. He sent this one. All the destruction, but the flag's still standing. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Good update tonight. I think people are now fully updated for the week. This is what's going on even right this minute. Drones are flying. We're shooting them down. We'll see what happens. Anything could unfold from that. We know that sometime probably over the next 6 to 12 hours, Putin and Lukashenko will be talking. Shoigu will still be inspecting the golf course and the grass. And we'll see what happens, but we'll be here together. Thank you, bud. Continue to rest that foot.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for support. Thank you for encouraging. Thank you for sharing the truth about what's going on in Ukraine and what's happening in that so-called special military operation, which is attempt to destroy the nation, to wipe the nation out because of Putin's idea. Just a one crazy person. His plans and idea he just doesn't like. The same way as other Nazis didn't like some special nationalities or nations in the history. And it's openly in the year 2022, December, you can check it. It's open on their central TV channels.
That's why we're here, to help, for some reason, help the world understand the truth, because many of them don't have it yet, but we're going to continue. So thank you, bud. Rest well. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night to all.
To all a good night.